The ending of Spider-Man, No Way Home isn't just a powerful emotional gut punch. It's a meticulously crafted narrative full of subtle clues and callbacks that elevate it far beyond a simple superhero movie. To truly grasp the devastating beauty of Peter Parker's ultimate sacrifice, we need to understand the precarious ledge he was teetering on long before Doctor Strange even uttered the first incantation. Remember the very end? The twist that changes everything? We'll get there, but first, let's peel back the layers of how Peter got backed into that impossible corner. It starts, as all good tragedies do, with good intentions gone horribly wrong. The world knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man, and that single revelation, broadcast by Mysterio, ripped apart the fabric of his reality, threatening everyone he loved. What viewers often miss is how quickly this revelation escalates. It wasn't just online trolls. It was a full-blown societal panic, with public opinion swinging wildly and violently, creating an environment where Peter's very existence became a danger to his inner circle. This immediate, drastic shift sets the stage for the desperation that drives his decision to seek out Strange's help. The public's perception of Peter Parker as a menace or hero was always fluid, but Mysterio's post-mortem smear campaign cemented the negative narrative with startling efficiency. It wasn't just a secret out. It was a reputation destroyed and an identity weaponized against him. The court scenes, often glossed over, are crucial. They demonstrate the legal and social ramifications far beyond what Peter initially imagined. He wasn't just dealing with public opinion. He was facing actual criminal charges, and Aunt May, MJ, and Ned were implicated simply by association. This is a detail many overlook. The legal pressure was immense, signaling that this wasn't a problem he could just web-sling his way out of. The world was shrinking around them, becoming a suffocating cage. The very system designed to protect was now being used to persecute, highlighting the complete breakdown of Peter's normal life. It's the sheer scale of the fallout that makes his subsequent plea to Strange understandable, almost inevitable. He wasn't trying to erase a minor inconvenience. He was trying to save his loved ones from a legal and social annihilation. Peter's decision to approach Doctor Strange wasn't a whimsical one. It was born from a place of profound desperation, a last resort after every other avenue had been exhausted. He tried to clear his name, he tried to protect his friends, but the world wouldn't let him. What's often missed here is the subtle shift in Strange's demeanor. He's initially reluctant, almost annoyed by Peter's request. This isn't a favor for a friend. It's a bending of reality for a civilian problem, something Strange typically wouldn't entertain. However, he sees the genuine anguish in Peter, the collateral damage to his loved ones, and that's the why behind Strange's consent. He's not just helping Spider-Man. He's helping a good kid in an impossible situation. The initial spell, designed to make everyone forget Peter Parker is Spider-Man, is a direct response to this specific pressure. It's a precise solution to a precise problem, or so they thought. The subsequent complications, of course, stem directly from Peter's own inability to let go of certain exceptions, proving that even with magic, the human element of attachment and fear can unravel the most powerful enchantments. The moment the spell goes wrong is a pivotal point, and it's layered with details that foreshadow the film's tragic conclusion. Peter's constant interjections, his attempts to fine-tune the magic to exempt his loved ones, are not just comedic beats. They are crucial narrative devices illustrating his deep attachment and, paradoxically, his naivete about the forces he's dabbling with. He fails to grasp the fundamental principle of cosmic magic. It's not a suggestion box. His desire to keep MJ, Ned, and Aunt May in the loop, while understandable from a human perspective, directly causes the spell to fracture, opening the floodgates to the multiverse. What many viewers might not fully appreciate is that Strange's initial reaction isn't just frustration. It's genuine fear. He understands the immense danger of what Peter has done, the unraveling of reality itself. This isn't just a hoopsie. It's a cosmic catastrophe waiting to happen, directly attributable to Peter's inability to fully commit to the consequences of his own requested spell. The cracks in the sky are not just cool visuals. They are literal tears in the fabric of existence, warning signs of the greater sacrifice to come. The arrival of villains from other universes isn't random. It's a direct, logical consequence of the fractured spell. The magic, unable to precisely target everyone except these three people for this universe, instead tried to bring everyone who knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man from all universes to this one. It's a magical loophole, a devastating side effect of Peter's indecision. Each villain, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Electro, Sandman, Lizard, arrives because, in their respective realities, they knew Spider-Man's secret identity. This isn't just fan service. It's a brilliant narrative device that grounds the multiverse chaos in a very specific, Peter Parker-centric problem. The film meticulously establishes this cause and effect. The reason these specific villains appear, rather than random characters, is directly tied to the spell's botched parameters. This attention to detail reinforces the idea that Peter's actions have universal consequences, setting the stage for the moral dilemma that will define the rest of the film. He didn't just open a door. He ripped a hole in reality, unleashing a crisis that only he can ultimately resolve, at a cost he could never have imagined. Aunt May's role here is absolutely critical, often underestimated, but pivotal in shaping Peter's ultimate decision. She isn't just a supporting character. She's Peter's moral compass, grounding him in empathy and responsibility. When Peter wants to send the villains back to their deaths, May intervenes with her unwavering belief in second chances. Her famous line, "You have a gift, you have a power, and with great power, there must also come great responsibility," isn't just a callback. It's a recontextualization. She reminds him that his power isn't just physical strength. It's the power to choose mercy, to make a difference beyond simply fighting. This is the why behind Peter's attempt to cure the villains. It's not strategic. It's deeply empathetic, driven by May's influence. This decision, though noble, is ultimately what leads to her tragic death, a detail that many viewers might overlook in the immediate emotional impact. Her sacrifice isn't just a catalyst for Peter's rage. It's the final, devastating lesson that cements his understanding of true responsibility, preparing him for the monumental choice that will define his future and effectively erase his past. Aunt May's death at the hands of Green Goblin is the emotional supernova that propels the story toward its heart-wrenching climax. It's not merely a plot device for Peter's grief. It's the ultimate consequence of his good intentions gone awry and May's unwavering moral stance. Her dying words, echoing Uncle Ben's mantra, solidify the core theme of the film, what it truly means to be Spider-Man. This isn't just a superhero losing a loved one. It's Peter losing his last direct link to his childhood, to the person who literally raised him on the values of responsibility and compassion. The raw, visceral grief Peter experiences is palpable, and it's essential for understanding the magnitude of his final sacrifice. It's in this moment of profound loss that Peter is truly broken down, stripped of everything but his identity as Spider-Man, and even that is now tainted by tragedy. The ground is now fully set for the final act. His decision isn't just about saving the multiverse, but about honoring May's legacy, no matter the personal cost. He is now ready to make the most impossible choice, a choice that will erase not just his identity, but the very memory of him from the minds of everyone he loves, including us. The final moments of No Way Home deliver a bittersweet, yet ultimately hopeful, conclusion for Peter Parker. We see him in a humble, sparsely furnished apartment, a stark contrast to the comfortable life he once knew. This isn't just a visual shorthand for his poverty. It's a deliberate choice by the filmmakers to strip him bare, mirroring the year one narratives often found in comics where heroes are forged through hardship. Notice the distinct lack of modern tech, no stark gadgets, no fancy AI. This is Peter at his most fundamental, reliant solely on his own intellect and abilities. He's sewing his own suit, a practical, grounded design that harkens back to his earliest comic book appearances, even incorporating elements reminiscent of the Ditko-era costume. This DIY approach emphasizes his independence and self-reliance, a crucial theme for his brand new day. He's not just making a costume. He's rebuilding himself, stitch by stitch. The emotional gut punch comes when Peter visits MJ's workplace. The visual of him standing outside, observing her through the window, is incredibly powerful. He's close enough to touch, yet irrevocably separated by a magical barrier. This isn't just about preserving her safety. It's about Peter accepting the ultimate sacrifice. He chooses not to reintroduce himself, even when the opportunity arises. Why? Because the spell, as Strange explained, didn't just erase knowledge of Peter Parker. It erased the person from their memories. Reintroducing himself would likely break the spell or, at the very least, create a paradox that could have catastrophic consequences for the fabric of reality. He's not just protecting them from villains. He's protecting the very existence of their untainted lives. This is Peter truly putting others before himself, a selfless act that defines his heroism in a way no Stark tech ever could. The brand New Day title isn't just a clever turn of phrase. It's a direct nod to a controversial, yet highly influential, comic book storyline from 2008. In the comics, the One More Day arc, the precursor, saw Peter make a deal with Mephisto to save Aunt May, resulting in his marriage to MJ being erased from existence and his secret identity restored. Brand New Day was the subsequent era where Peter was single, his identity secret, and he was struggling financially, much like what we see here. The film intelligently adapts the spirit of this comic run without replicating its supernatural specifics. It achieves a similar narrative reset through magical means, rather than demonic pacts, making it more fitting for the MCU's established rules. This cinematic Brand New Day strips away the conveniences and the supporting cast, forcing Peter to redefine what it means to be Spider-Man on his own terms. Let's dig into some easily missed details. Peter's apartment, while sparse, isn't entirely empty. He has a small, worn bookshelf with a few classic literature titles, hinting at his intellect and a desire for continued learning, even in isolation. This isn't a Peter who has given up. It's a Peter who is rebuilding. The visible sewing kit on his table is crucial, not just for the suit, but for showing his self-sufficiency. Also, look closely at the landlord, a gruff, yet not overtly hostile, figure. This is a subtle callback to Peter's classic comic book landlady, Aunt May's friend Anna Watson, or even the numerous tough landlords he's had over the decades. It grounds him in a relatable urban struggle. And keep an eye on that small, almost unnoticeable, lost and found poster in the background of his apartment. It matters later. Trust me, it's the key to the ending. The new suit itself is a treasure trove of meaning. Gone are the integrated circuits and vibranium weave. This is fabric, pure and simple, hand-sewn by Peter. The textures are rougher, more tactile, emphasizing its homemade nature. The web shooters are clearly visible, chunky and mechanical, further showcasing his engineering prowess without relying on Stark tech. The eyes are more angular, less expressive than the Stark suits, giving him a more classic, almost stoic appearance. This suit is a symbol of his return to basics, a visual declaration that he is Spider-Man not because of external resources, but because of who he is internally. It's a maturation of his initial homemade suit from Homecoming, refined through experience and necessity. This isn't just a uniform. It's an emblem of his renewed purpose and self-definition. The final shot of Peter swinging through snowy New York is profoundly significant. The snow isn't just aesthetic. It represents a clean slate, a fresh start. He's no longer burdened by the expectations of being an Avenger or a protege of Iron Man. He's simply Spider-Man, the friendly neighborhood hero, operating solely on his own initiative. This is the Peter Parker fans have longed for, independent, resourceful, and truly embodying the power and responsibility mantra without external influence. The future is a blank canvas for him. Will he ever reconnect with MJ and Ned? The film leaves it open-ended, but the Brand New Day philosophy suggests he must first establish himself as an individual, not defined by those relationships. He's rebuilding his identity from the ground up, making him a more formidable and self-assured hero than ever before. While Peter is isolated, the city around him is not. We see glimpses of ordinary New Yorkers, going about their lives, unaware of the sacrifice made for them. This reinforces the core message of Spider-Man. He protects those who can't protect themselves, often without recognition. His anonymity is now complete, allowing him to operate without the constant scrutiny and danger that came with public knowledge of his identity. This freedom, paradoxically, allows him to be a more effective hero. The film sets the stage for a Peter Parker who will be more grounded, more street level, and more dedicated to his immediate community. The lost and found poster I mentioned earlier is a symbol of hope. It hints at the possibility of finding what was lost, of things being returned. It's not about MJ or Ned remembering, but about Peter potentially finding his place in the world again, through new connections and a renewed sense of purpose.